Franciscan Beat, I'm Leah Moreau. Lecturer to address Mary in modern Catholicism. The big vote. Toddlers found alive. More arrests in London. These stories and more on today's Franciscan Beat. British lecturer Dr. Christopher Maunder will deliver a talk titled Our Lady of the Nations, Apparitions of Mary in the Modern Catholic Church, on April 6th at 7 o'clock at Franciscan University. The past several centuries have seen an unprecedented number of church-approved Marian apparitions. Maunder will give a detailed scholarly overview of apparitions in general and how they are interpreted in Catholicism. A founding member of the Center of Marian Studies, Maunder focused his doctoral studies on the apparitions of Mary in modern European Roman Catholicism. He wrote a book titled Our Lady of the Nations, Apparitions of Mary in 20th Century Catholic Europe, published by Oxford University Press in 2016. The talk is sponsored by the Theology Department and is free and open to the public. House Republicans and President Donald Trump are in a stare-down over the health care overhaul. In a gamble with monumental political stakes, the GOP plans to vote on the bill today after President Donald Trump claimed he was finished negotiating with holdouts and determined to pursue the rest of his agenda, win or lose. There has been pushback from both conservatives and moderate Republicans. A happy ending for two Southern California toddlers who were in a car that was stolen when their babysitter went to run an errand. Cathedral City police say Jaden and Carolus Cortez were found unharmed when the car was located in Desert Hot Springs, California, about 14 miles away from the crime scene. Police say they have no information on the suspect. London's top anti-terror officer says 9 people are now in custody in the attack on a crowd near Parliament that killed 4 people and injured 50. Counter-terror chief Mark Rowley today announced 2 more significant arrests have been made. A 10th person is out on bail. The attacker, Khalid Massoud, was shot and killed. A senior Ukrainian official says a vociferous critic of Russia who was killed in broad daylight in Kiev died at the hands of a Russian agent. The advisor to Ukraine's interior minister identified the man who shot Denis Voronikov on Thursday as 28-year-old Pavel Parshov and said he had been trained in Russia by Russian security services. The job of loading a corroded 6,800-ton South Korean ferry on a semi-submersible transport vessel is expected to be completed today in South Korea. The massive attempt to bring the ferry back to shore nearly 3 years after it sank, killing 304 people, is being closely watched by a nation that still vividly remembers the horrific accident. Most of the dead were high school students. Talk about hungry, hungry hippo. The Cincinnati Zoo says its premature baby hippo, Fiona, is getting more independent and now tops 100 pounds, meaning her days of napping on her human caretaker's laps are dwindling. She was born at the zoo in January and weighed just 29 pounds, far below the typical weight. The zoo says caretakers raising Fiona are beginning to scale back their time with her, leaving her alone for a few hours at night. It's the beginning of a transition in how much contact they have as they move forward, eventually integrating her into a group of hippos with her parents. In sports, Kyle Turris and Bobby Ryan scored in the shootout to lift the Ottawa Senators to a 2-1 victory over the Pittsburgh Penguins Thursday night. Mike Hoffman scored in regulation for the Senators, and Mike Condon finished with 34 saves, including 2 incredible point-blank stops in overtime to keep the game going. The NHL has suspended Buffalo Sabres defenseman Rasmus Ristolainen for 3 games following his blindside hit that led to Pittsburgh Penguins forward Jake Gunzel sustaining a concussion. The fine cost Buffalo's top defenseman $90,000 in a ruling announced Thursday, shortly after Ristolainen had a hearing with the league's Department of Player Safety. The hit occurred about 9 minutes into Pittsburgh's 3-1 win at Buffalo on Tuesday. Today in Steubenville, it's mostly cloudy with a high of 68. Tonight, cloudy with a low of 53, and it's going to warm up for the weekend. Look for a high of 67 degrees and a 60% chance of rain. For Franciscan Beat, I'm Leah Moreau.